Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Hello everyone and welcome back to the REM cycle. I know it's been a really, really long time. I just been having a lot of life lately. Today we are doing a relaxing puzzle game. Professor Layton and the Curious Village. It's like an old mobile game from the Nintendo DS. Pretty excited for it. It's a really nice story. I have played it before. This is not a blind playthrough, but I am writing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that has good puzzle themes to it. So I'm going to be trying to be taking notes throughout this game to see what I could add to my sessions. So this is pretty much going to be like you guys are watching me work and study and get ideas game. And who knows, I might even try and get scripts and things. We'll see. I need to get my papers put together. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, let's get started. Well, as you know, I am REM, so let's put that in there. To my dear friend REM.
The things we saw that day in the village became a secret we would have to keep from everyone for the rest of our lives. Because, you see...
This is an old game, there might be some sound issues. Oh man, those graphics. You can practically feel the pixels. Okay, we've got a letter.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
Luke, my boy, do you really think I would take on such an ordinary request as that? Oh no, this is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. But I suppose it would be best to explain the case before we arrive at our destination. 2 months ago, Baron Augustus Reinhold passed away. Shortly after his death, his will was disclosed. The contents of it were fascinating, to say the least. The Reinhold family treasure, the golden apple, is hidden somewhere within this village. To whomever successfully locates this treasure, I offer the whole of my estate. Naturally, those who attended the reading of the will immediately set out in search of the golden apple. But in the end, everybody came back empty-handed. It turns out that no one had even heard of such a treasure existing, until its mention in the will.
Wow, that's some puzzle, all right.
Quite. Augustus Reinhold staked his entire fortune.
Wonderful. I don't have to write the
before his
script.
death.
There is a full script available.
What
So
a
now I could just
perplexing
write
individual.
my notes.
I wish I could have met him while he was still alive.
It certainly sounds like you two would have gotten along, Professor. By the way, just what is this golden apple anyhow?
Some speculate it's a rare antique, while others say it could be a gem. Yet its identity remains elusive. But Luke, I can't shake the feeling that this matter is linked to some larger mystery, something huge.
Ah, is that your famous intuition acting up again, Professor?
Your famous intuition, Professor.
Well, our first step is getting to town.
This is all so exciting. I hope St. Mystere is ready for the famous archaeologist and puzzle-solving detective, Herschel Layton.
Oh, Luke, you know as well as I do that I am no detective. Augustus Reinhold's wife, Lady Dahlia, has asked me to investigate the situation. It seems she came across my name by chance when reading an article about me in the papers.
And you immediately decided to take her up on her request, huh?
Oh, well, Luke, a true gentleman never refuses the request of a beautiful lady.
Oh, Layton, you dog.
If you say so, Professor.
We should be nearing the town by now. Look at the map in the envelope and help me with directions.
You got it. What in the... What's this?
My.
Lady Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village. She wants to see if we're capable of cracking the mystery surrounding the Reinhold fortune. Care to give it a go, Luke?
I'll do my best. A puzzle like this should be a snap for the apprentice of the great Professor Layton.
Very well then, Luke. I'll leave this one to you. Think of it as a warm-up for things to come.
Puzzle number 1, our first puzzle. Okay. My village is on the road that leads to no other towns. I look forward to seeing you there. Use your draw a circle. Okay, well we're here. Tiltoons. Yeah, it has been a long time. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. Well, that town, no, that one. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've had a long holiday season.
Layton's apprentice.
Trying to get a bit more organized. I have played these games before, but it's been quite a long time. Mostly I'm using, I'm trying to get inspiration for some upcoming Dungeons and Dragons games, and so this is gonna be half playing the game and learning how like puzzle design is done, and half me like getting good inspiration for Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games, adventures, and things like that. So, pretty excited. Let me actually zoom you guys out a little bit. So I'm pretty excited. Hopefully, I can get a good amount of inspiration from this game.
Right you are. We should see it on the horizon any moment now.
Huh? Professor, do you mean to say you already figured out the town's location?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. 30 seconds?
I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. A basic puzzle like that is easy enough to solve with a glance.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you'd best gather your things, Luke. We've arrived.
We are using the original version, by the by, the old DS version, so there's gonna probably be some buggy sound and things like that. It's not HD. You can practically taste the graphics, the pixels graphics. Okay, Crazy Tower. Interesting. It appears that this drawbridge is the entrance to the village. Okay, so town with a moat. That's a pretty good idea. gonna try to keep my note taking to as swift as possible. I've been in a bit of a writer's block, and so doing something that has lots of story is gonna be really good. And then after a few of these maybe puzzle games, we might do a few more randomizers. I know that we kind of halted our space series of Dyson Sphere program, but we'll get back to it when I'm feeling crafty. That game's unfortunately really difficult to, like, if you have a big chunk of time, getting back into the swing of things, it's almost more efficient to just start the game all over again. Which is too bad because a Dyson Sphere program is a very long game. Oh, look over there! There's a man standing on the other side of the river. Maybe he can help us. Hello, guy. Good day, sir. We very much like to gain access to this village. Could you please drop the bridge for us? Do I look like the sort of go dropping the bridge for a bunch of fancy-looking outsiders? You got a lot of nerve. We received a letter of invitation from Lady Dahlia. I don't suppose that changes things, does it? From Lady Dahlia? Well then, I'd be sure to take the... I'm sure I'd like to lower the bridge for you, Mr. Fancy Pants, but the engine is busted. I can only move the blasted bridge with this hand crank. Humph. There's all these infernal slots I could put the crank in, but I got no clue which one to use. So, Sparkle, got any idea which one's the right one? So I'm assuming he's just like waving these cranks from like 30 meters away. There's no way to lower the bridge to get across without inserting the crank into the correct slot. Well, let's look at this. There is a chunk coming out of a flat side, point coming out of a flat side, and a chunk coming out of a corner. Based off of these, number 2 is impossible, number 3 is impossible, so it's gotta be number 1.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yep. That'll do it. Hold on a second, I'll let her down. I'm gonna say it again, I just don't feel right about letting outsiders into St. Mystere. But if you're Lady Dahlia's guess, I guess I better. At least give her my regards, yeah? Ah, welcome, EXE lore. Yes, we finally arrived at St. Mystere. I'm so excited. I wonder what mysteries await us here. Mysteries in St. Mystere? Ooh. Haha. Well, Luke, we'll find out soon enough. Just be careful not to let your excitement cloud your ability to analyze your surroundings. That's pretty good advice. Tutorial. Okay. Oh, I remember this guy. It's Stachenfarschen.
What a handy set of fellows you two are. Must be new to St. Mystere.
Name's Stachenfarschen, and I've got some good advice for you. Go tap that barrel. Just do it. You're a lot like a certain character in this game, IRL. Are you Stachenfarschen? Or Lady Dahlia?
Felt good.
Are you Don Paolo?
Ah!
Wow, that's a great Don Paolo emoji. Awesome. Let me put in a... It might be Don Paolo. Well, hopefully you have the awesome mustache that Don Paolo has. And a lot more hair, no wily mustache. The mustache is the whole thing. Classic villain. I love that he's a reoccurring antagonist in the series. If I remember right, he's Professor Layton's villain purely because Layton got the girl. Which is classic villain. One of these parts, that's what's called a hint queen. When you find yourself up against a doozy of a puzzle, you'll want a hint, trust me, this one, fellows. And it's just those times when you want to use a hint quint to purchase a hint. I bet you think puzzles be a breeze now, eh? Think again. There's a limited number of hint coins in the world, so don't go wasting your coins on odd riddles. Because if you do, you'll come up a real stumbler and you'll be sorry. I don't know, I'm pretty clever. I do a lot of puzzle design. Head coins are everywhere. Thank you, Stach and Farshin. Okay, we got an old lady.
Oh, hello. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to St. Mystere, where our local export is the puzzle. Oh, before I forget, you should know that every time you solve a puzzle, you'll earn a set number of picarats. The more picarats a puzzle is worth, the tougher the puzzle will be. Say, lovely things will happen when you gather enough picarats. Imagine that, a reward for solving puzzles. For practice, try this little riddle that your hat reminded me of. Think good and hard before you answer.
I do love practicing my what is it? Voice acting. Oh my gosh. These 4 top hats are all the same height, but the length of each brim is different. In other words, the hats are equally tall but varying width. One of these 4 hats has a brim and a height that are the same length. Which hat is that? Oh shoot. I'm gonna measure. Okay. This is totally cheating. Okay. It's not B. B is too small. D is definitely too big. Could it be A? Oh, C is also too big. I think I'm gonna go with A.
There we go.
So far, I have yet to find any riddles that are
Critical thinking is the key
acceptable
to
for a
success.
good Dungeons and Dragons puzzle, but we'll get there.
That's right. This is a very famous optical illusion. An optical illusion is a visual phenomena where your eyes perceive things differently than what they actually are. There are dozens of known optical illusions.
Some great optical illusions are in Edwardian fashion, where building up the shoulders and the hips can make your waist look really, really tight, like an hourglass. Of course, or using parallel lines that convene inwards, or sorry, not anti-parallel lines, parallel lines that convene inwards give this illusion of looking thinner. Same as parallel lines that go outwards can make something look larger. Let's see, here's a pretty good riddle that I'll actually put on the screen right now that I am very happy about. It's a really good one. 2 inches there. That's it. It's a trick. A lot of, see, that's the whole point of a good puzzle, is even the ones that have lots of numbers being thrown around, puzzles aren't, this isn't math class. This isn't math class. These are riddles, which means there's always a trick to it. Like, usually, like, oh, let's say, a riddle like, there are several horses at the races. Horse A, B, and C run at different rates. Horse A can do 2 laps in a minute, horse B can do 3 laps in a minute, and horse C can do 4 laps in a minute. At what time will all the horses be back at the finish line? Well, it's a trick. All these numbers might be there to like, oh, maybe I should do some division to figure out which horse is the fastest. Like horse X is 3 times. Yeah, this is all diversion gambits because the answer was in the beginning. All the horses can run these many laps in a minute, meaning at the end of a minute, they will all be back at the starting line. Exactly. Great puzzle design is all about diversion, red herrings, giving more information than necessary to cloud people's judgment. Exactly like these. These arrows help make an illusion. Yeah. And so I'm trying to basically keep track of all these riddle gambits so that I can throw my players off, because I'm working on becoming a professional dungeon master. You know, people can hire me for parties and events, and then I go to like a location, set up the game, and then we do like 4 hours Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or whatever role-playing, like Goblin Quest. That's my goal, actually, to become a professional dungeon master. But in order to do so, I need to have a plethora of pre-made adventures that I can just work through. Oh yeah, common sense. Use your common sense. Yeah. I think in the future games, like Diabolical Box, there's a lot of area analysis riddles. Like, a garden is... there are these 3 round gardens and you're trying to figure out the space in between them. LMJ. Could you, de-abbreviate that? Oh, I love the geometry puzzles, but that's because I studied a lot of mathematics when I was in university. Like, I love numbers. I do, like, it's the reason why I'm a dungeon master / role-playing guy, is because I just love doing the math. I also, here, I'll actually get it really quickly, 1 second. I have a copy of my favorite textbook. You see, the type of math that I studied, aside from advanced statistics, was topology, which is the study of surfaces and knots. See, all these are about knot theory and what goes into making a knot. What's an overhand knot? What's a type 2 knot? What's a knot? A zero? A zero is basically any knot that can be untied. Layton's Mystery Journal. Ooh. Yeah, I think I can do this as a whole series, do every single game in the Layton franchise, because this year there's gonna be a new Professor Layton game, and I'm really excited for it, actually. So we're gonna be doing the full run. I think the new Layton game's coming out on the Switch, so I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah. Lots of, logic. I love doing logic. Like, there's 5 people and one of them is lying. That's awesome. Who's wordling their Steam? You got the new world of something would be out by the time I'm done with it. Northwestern of, shoot, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with abbreviations. New World of Steam. Ooh. That sounds cool. No. It's important to think things out. Keep at it. Oh. Yeah. When wordy names are really clever, they're awesome too. I completely agree. Indeed it does. But enough talk of trees. We have to meet Lady Dahlia. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Ah, the saving point. This game is so uncanny compared to the other ones. How so? Some tutorial. Front-facing latent sprite with an exclamation mark every time you click on something. Yep. Yeah, oh jeez. They put the OK on the left side. Yeah. Lots of updates. Ooh, we've got a clock tower. The worst thing is the lack of a they don't give you a memo feature in the later games. Cause there's a memo feature in this game. Admittedly, it concerns a more modern type of clock, but never mind that night in detail. At least I'm pretty sure this one had a memo feature. Imagine it. Oh yeah, there is no memo feature. Wow. Yeah. Imagine a digital clock, like the one shown below. How many times will a clock display 3 or more of the same number in a row over the course of a day? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well we've got, oh, this is a 12-hour clock. We've got 1:11. We've got 2:22. We've got 3:33. We got 4:44. We got 5:55. There's no 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10, which has 3 zeros. Then we have all the 11s. We've got 11, 10. Let's see. 11, 11. Let's see. 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then 12, 22. And of course, all these happen twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 times 2 is 34.
Well, here's my guess.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Professor, I've solved it.
Starting with the second game, there's a memo feature. Ah, okay, okay. Yep, I was right. Precisely the answer I was looking for, Luke. Well done, my boy.
Reinhold Manor, you ask? Heads up that road to the right. It's immense, so you know it when you see it. But before you go, why not try your hand at this puzzle I thought up? See if you can figure out which house is mine from the instructions I give you. I'll even sweeten the deal for you. If you manage to solve this puzzle, I'll tell you about this village. So how about it? You'll try, won't you? After all, a writer is nothing without an audience. Where's my house? Ah. Go out the front door of my place and turn left. At the first intersection, take a right, turn right again, so 2 rights. You come face to face with the morning sun. The sun rises in the east. First of all, we can get rid of all of the houses that have the same direction. So not this one, not this one. Let's see. Not that one, or that one, or that one. Because they're red herrings, because they all have the same entrance, and this is a grid. So that means it's between those 2 houses. Okay, so we're gonna exit our house, and turn left, then we're gonna do right and right again, that's the east, so that's our house.
That should do it. Another puzzle solved.
Yep. Impressive. I thought I'd set out quite the puzzle, but you made short work of it. Now for that gossip I promised you. The Reinhold family owns all of the land in the village this village is built upon. I hear they own all the buildings too. I guess you could say this town of sort belongs to the Reinholds. Well, I'll be on my way, but rest assured that next time we meet, I'll have a harder puzzle for you. Town owned by one family. That's a pretty good story trope. Okay. Can't go in there. Got a coin. Hello, guy. Look at that man standing in the street. He's blocking the path up ahead, Reinhold man. How terribly rude. Perhaps he'll move for us, but I have a feeling he has no intention of doing anything of the sort. Just looking for some secret puzzles. Hold up. Never seen you two here before. What's a couple of fresh faces like yourself doing here? We're here by invitation of the Reinholds. Now if you'll excuse us, we have business through that gate. Business with the Reinholds, is that so? Something strange here, you're a fishy pair. I don't trust you, that's for sure, but I'll let you pass if you could solve this riddle, see? Just to warn you though, it's a tough one. It ain't gonna be easy. No way, definitely not gonna be easy. Well, we'll see. Light weight. Here we have 8 small weights that look the same. However, one of the weights is slightly lighter than the rest. Using the scale twice, can you figure out which weight is the light one? Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 8 of them. So let's put 3 of them on each side. Because that means that if these are the same, then we know that it's between the 7 and 8 that is the lighter ones. And if it's between any of these 3, then we know that 7 and 8 are innocent. Okay, those are the same, which means it's between 7 and 8. Alright, 8's the lightest one.
That should do it.
Oh yeah?
Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right. To solve this puzzle with no guesswork, you must load 3 weights on each side. The rest is easy. Everyone, I was under the impression that Lady Dahlia was the only person expecting me. Right this way, please. Any riddle on the boat? Wow, look at these flowers. They sure are pretty. Indeed they are. I'm sure someone put a lot of work into raising them. Oh, that reminds me. Would you like to hear a puzzle about raising flowers? You bet, Professor. Let's hear it. Alfred and Roland have been hired by a farm to sow flower seeds. They've been assigned a 10-acre plot and split it in half, okay? So you can each work independently. Then it's information about how fast they sow. If sowing seeds on a 10-acre plot pays 100, they split it 50-50.
Well, here's my guess.
Doesn't matter how long they take them.
Legends Apprentice saves the day.
Yep. See, you don't gotta do any tough math. They split it in the middle. Usually the answer's in the first sentence. Correct. Good thinking, Luke. Is this the manor, Professor? Well, it certainly looks like a manor, so... It's positively gigantic. Look at the size of it.
It certainly seems we've come to the right place. Let's head in. Yes, sir. Any secrets here? I don't think so. Welcome to the Reinhold Manor. Thank you for coming. I am Matthew, butler and servant to the Reinhold family. Everyone is waiting upstairs for you. But before you go, I have a message from the lady. She has requested that you take a look at this puzzle. Please do not be taken aback. Madame has the strangest sense of propriety sometimes. Whew. It's a match riddle. One poor pooch. That's just below. Move 2 of them. That shows the dog after the accident. All puzzles are a matter of perspective. Splat.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
The car flattened the poor dog. Let this be a lesson to be aware of your surroundings while driving. That is absolutely correct. My commendations, sir. Again, I do apologize for the strangeness of the request. Now, please walk this way. We mustn't keep Lady Dahlia and company waiting. Whew. Doing that voice is trying. Bookshelves seem to line every wall of this estate. The Baron must have been quite the avid reader. It is important to keep your mind sharp, Luke, so why don't you give this puzzle a go? Oh. Alright, here's a quick and easy one. The first letter of the alphabet is A. The letter B comes after the letter A. However, the letter you're looking for you need to worry about is the last letter of the alphabet. It's not Z. Oh, it's one of these. It's T, the last letter of the word alphabet.
Well, here's my guess.
Silly.
I did it! Yes!
You know, in alphabet, B still does come after A. How'd you like the puzzle, Luke? I hope it has prepared you for tracking more difficult puzzles. Professor, look at these paintings on the wall here. Oh. It's a very nice portrait, isn't it? I bet that's the late Baron Reinhold pictured here. But what about this one, Professor? Who could this pretty girl be? The 2 portraits are next to each other, so they're likely family. She's probably the Baron's daughter. That's exactly right, sir. You are looking at the portrait of Flora, the late Baron's daughter. Pardon me for asking, but I couldn't help but notice your keen interest in art. Would you care to take this old frame with you? It used to hold the most wonderful painting. However, now all that is left of it is but a small scrap. Okay. So this is the piece of that old painting, then. How interesting. Ooh. Ooh, who's
that guy with the glasses?
Oh, you must be Professor Layton, I presume. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
Oh no,
Aren't you the looker?
pleasure's all mine.
Oh, no!
Luke!
Claudia, darling! Come back, sweetie!
Honestly, why am I constantly surrounded by incompetence? This is a disaster. Whatever is the matter? Oh, this is simply terrible. My dear sweet baby, my Claudia. Your Claudia? Sweet, sweet Claudia, my little honeykins, my smoochie pie, my baby. Matthew. Okay, we got some riddle people.
Professor Layton, yep. My name's Gordon. I'm among those who requested your services. I'd like to explain our situation. It's probably the best that you do as Lady Dahlia says.
Madame, what is it? What in the world happened? My Claudia got scared and ran off. Did you see her dart out of the room? I must have missed her. I'm terribly sorry, madame. Oh, you're just useless, aren't you? Professor, you didn't see which way my baby ran off to, did you? Your baby, madame? If you are referring to that white cat, I saw it run out the door a moment ago. What? And you simply stood there and let her escape? Well, she is a cat. They are animals, after all, and animals must roam about from time to time. You fools! She's not just a cat, she has a name, and that name is Claudia Reinhold. She's a delicate flower, and she's simply a mess when I'm not close by to comfort her. Matthew! I need you to find Claudia and bring her back immediately. About this inheritance problem of yours, Lady Dahlia? That can wait. Can't you see that we're in a more pressing concern on our hands at the moment? You could have stopped her, but you didn't. So you have a responsibility to find Claudia and bring her back. Sending the professor off to find a silly cat? The nerve. Who do you think you are? Oh, it's fine, Luke. Besides, Lady Dahlia does have a point. It does seem we let Claudia run off. Madame, you'll excuse us, we have a cat to track down. Thank you, and please hurry. My Claudia is such a delicate flower. Even the coarse outdoor air might prove too much for her. Fugitive feline. Name's Simon. I'm Baron Rydell's nephew. My father's the little brother of Gordon here. Or rather, he was until he kicked the bucket, as they say. But I digress. So you're the famous Professor Layton. I thought you'd be more impressive. Well, never mind that. I take it you won't mind if I throw a puzzle your way. Shouldn't prove difficult for men of your ability. If you're good as they say, this shouldn't amount to much more than a distraction. Arc and line. As shown in the diagram below, you have 1/4 of a circle with the circle rectangle ABCD, which touches the edge of the circle at point D. Assuming point B is located at the center of the circle, how long is A? Okay, so B to D is the same as here to here. So that's 10. That's 10 because it's the radius. Radius is the same. That is a right rectangle, which means all angles are the same. So that is 10.
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
Yep. That's just math. Oh ho, it appears that you are the real deal, Layton. I apologize for doubting you. It seems you've quite the mind for
puzzles. But how unfortunate that you must waste your time on one of these ridiculous cat chases. They happen all the time, yet every time that cat slips out, Lady Dahlia causes the biggest of fusses. Don't even bother trying to talk her down. The best thing you can do is just find that cat. If you're as bright as they say, you shouldn't have no trouble tracking down one little cat, right? Any secret puzzles here? Ooh. Look, there's a puzzle hidden here, Professor. Change the 4 cubes into 3 by moving a match. Oh, that's easy. Bam, bam, bam.
How does this sound?
I love match puzzles.
Professor, I've solved it.
You just move everything in your brain. Piece of cake. Why are you still here? Do us a favor and find that cat so we can discuss the inheritance. Okay. I'm terribly sorry, Professor. I will personally search the manor and the estate grounds. I feel dreadful asking, but could you mind taking a quick look around the town to see if Claudia is there? Don't give it a second thought, my good man. We're on the case. Claudia. Professor, there she is. Drat, she ran off. We can't stop now. Let's give chase, Luke. Blast! That burns. It looks like the engine blew out. So this is it, Saint Mystere, eh? The famed stomping grounds of the late Baron Augustus Reinhold. I wonder what kind of tricks that old coot set up in this village before he shuffled off. Oh, Leighton, you ridiculous dandy. Just you wait, all the treasure you seek will be mine. Oh, it's you, Mr. Please call me Ramon. Can I be of some assistance? As a matter of fact, yes, Ramon. Lady Dahlia's cat slipped out of the house. Have you seen her? Do you mean my dear Claudia? I think I saw her pass through here and run into town. How did she cross the river? If that's the case, I'm sure he'd have bothered to catch her before she ran away. Huh? There's a hole in that boat there. Oh, Professor, that reminds me. Have you heard of the one about the sinking ship? SOS. 15 people are trapped aboard a ship that's going to sink in 20 minutes. Their only chance for survival is a 5-person life raft stowed in their vessel. To make matters worse, the water around the ship are teeming with man-eating sharks. Wait, that is certainly not code. You're supposed to have enough life rafts for every person. A round trip to the nearest item and back takes 9 minutes. Woof. Okay. How many people will live? Jeez. Okay, well, the first trip is gonna bring 4 to the island because 5 go, 1 comes back. And that's 9 minutes. Another one. That brings us to 18 minutes. 5 go. 1 comes back. 4. That brings us 4, which brings us to 8.
And then we're out of time to do that, so just 5 again. Which brings us 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. 2 people die.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yep. Moment of silence. F's in chat, everyone. Wow, great answer, Professor. It took me 5 times as long to get that one.
You need something? Do you, don't you? Yep, let's see you on your face, open as a book.
Excuse me, but you didn't happen to see Lady Dahlia's cat come through here a moment ago, did you?
The fluffy white killer? Yep, she ran towards the town square. Yep, she went that way.
I see, thank you.
Think nothing of it, buddy. If only all questions were that easy to answer. Well then, I'd be off now.
Who'd have thought he'd turn out to be such a nice guy? Should we head into the town square then? Indeed, let's be off. Hold on, let's take a look at what's behind that blue door. Do you see it? That blue door over there that appears to have a way open a crack. Care to take a look inside? Ooh. It's filled with goodies. Ooh. There's something I find very charming about this chair. Oh, that reminds me, Luke. Have you heard of this one before? A new multi-purpose event hall has been built in the center of your town. It will be used for everything from concerts to sporting events to conventions. With the hall complete, it's time to order chairs. 5 chair designs have been made, labeled A through E, which are considered, but all the designs, only 1 chair is completely suitable for the auditorium. Okay, auditoriums have stackable chairs, so it's not D or C or B or A, it must be E.
How does this sound? I did it! Yes!
Yep, they can be stacked. Well done, I suppose this puzzle was too easy for you, my boy. Yeah, that was very easy. Look there, my boy. This extinguished candle reminded me of another puzzle. How many are left? 10 candles stand bringing in a dining room. A strong breeze extinguishes 2 of them. Checking back, 1 more has gone out. Make sure that no flames are out. You shut the window. Assuming the wind doesn't extinguish any more candles, how many do you have left in the end? All the others will burn out, so you have 3.
Well, here's my guess.
Yep.
Professor, I've solved it!
Yep. 7 candles managed to stay lit and went down completely. Only 3 remaining. Excellent work, my boy. Sometimes it's important to consider the obvious. Delving too deep into the implied can cause misconception. Yes. Implications can make puzzles harder. I think that's everything in this room. Do you have another riddle? Nope.
You two help me out here. Why don't you in a real pickle?
What seems to be this problem, sir?
Some knucklehead wouldn't raise the bridge while I was on break. Then, if it wasn't bad enough, the chowder had made off with my only bridge crank.
Oh dear. So you mean to say...
You got it, buddy. Until that thing shows up, no one's getting in or out of town. I'm still looking for the blasted crank, but I'm seeing too much red to get anything done. What kind of punk pulls a prank like this anyhow? Oh yeah, I found this doodad on the street while looking for my crank. Any idea what it is?
Nope.
Claudia.
Aha! Fluffy, check. Purple bow, check. Sullen expression, check. No doubt about it, that's Claudia. Good eye, Luke. Now that we've located her, the question at hand is how to get about catching her. Leave this one to me, Professor. Ah, yes, I've forgotten that you have a way with animals. Well, go right ahead then. Here, Claudia. Here, girl.
Oh dear.
Meow.
Ah! Luke, are you alright? I'm sorry I wasn't much help, Professor. She was far feistier than I imagined.
Ooh. Hello?
Hello there. Welcome to the inn at St. Lester. We're the only inn in town, you know. You see, a visitor of our little village is quite rare. Ah, good day, madame. We seek lodging for the night. Do you have any open rooms we could rent? Oh, my stars, what terrible timing. Currently remodeling all of our guest rooms. The only rooms left are the attic, but if you don't mind that, I'll make sure you're very comfortable. I hope you stay with us. It's been a while since a fine gentleman as yourself stayed with us. The rooms are not very big, but I'll make sure they sparkle. Oh, thank you, but I needn't trouble yourself on my behalf. Let's see.
Solving puzzles is the only thing that gets by. That's what the villagers value most. So, how about this puzzle right now? A little practice to keep you from embarrassing yourselves in front of others later. Die-hard non-conformist myself, I'm a sucker for any puzzle. Okie dokie. 5-card shuffle. 3 of the 4 images show are the same, pictured rotated a variety of way. Which one's the odd one out? Okay. We have a club and a diamond each on top of a spade. Club and diamond on top of a spade. Club and diamond on top of a spade. Club underneath a spade.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
Bam. Pretty straightforward. Seems the training I've been giving you has paid off. Feel free to thank you. Thank me. See you around. Still looking for that blasted crank? What kind of punk plays a prank like this? You're scratched at your eye. Help catch you, you say? Thanks, but no thanks. I like living. Did you see that? Beast. I'm not going anywhere near her. Could you at least tell us in which direction she ran off? I saw that killer's whispered. Said, bring a slice of daggers. That's a fun voice. Oh, hello, guy.
This is the town hall. What business do you have here? If you just moved to town, I strongly advise that you fill out a change of address form.
Oh no, we aren't here for anything like that.
Regardless, all town visitors must complete the proper forms. We can start with this one.
Triangles and ink. Here are 2 shapes, one large, one small. Each is made up of 3 triangles. Dipping your fountain pen in ink one time gives you just enough ink to draw 4 triangles, as depicted in the shape on the left. How many times do you need to dip your pen? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
necessary for human life. Just about every house decreases gradually the longer it's around. Food.
How does this sound?
Speaking of, I'm gonna go grab a quick
I did it!
refreshment.
Yes!
We'll be right back. Oop, and we're back. Sorry, was it quiet? I wish all puzzles were this easy. Hello.
So I hear you two are into puzzles. I can tell. It's obvious from the way you're haggling these coins.
You can smell it, can't you? Now, there's a puzzle in these coins. Have a look. Okay. Flip it by moving 3. Bam.
That should do it.
You can't beat me. I'm very clever.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yep, just a search. A bunch of puzzle nuts. So, this is your first time here? Well, if you're looking for a warm meal and a hot cup of tea, you've gone to the right place. Strange, it should be so
empty if the food's as good as you say. Strange to be so empty. Hey now, boy, don't need to be snippy. That's just how the restaurant business is. There are times when the place is packed and times when things are quiet. There's always that lunch rush. How will I even prepare food for the rest of the day? Oh, and speaking of preparation, I've got myself a little issue. You see, I gotta divide this 8-quart pitcher into 2 portions, but I missed your measuring cup. Oh, sure. Four. Okay. Bam.
There we go. Every puzzle has an answer.
Every puzzle has an answer. Seven moves, hey? Ah, so that's how it's done. Great thinking. Thanks a lot, man. If I ever have troubles like this again, would you mind if I call on you for help? Okay. That filthy jar reminds me of a puzzle. Bottle full of germs. Glass jar holds a germ. In a minute, it splits in 2. After that, they split again, and again, and again. They can fill the jar in 1 hour. Knowing this, how long would it take to fill the jar if you started 2? It would take 1 minute less, so 59.
I think I've got it. Professor, I've solved it.
Yep, it just saves you 1 minute. Spot on. Huh. Hello, Claudia. Professor, there she is. Quickly then, use the fish bones. Here, Claudia, come here, girl. Meow. Yay. Lovely. Okay. Something doesn't seem quite right, Professor. Professor, it's simply awful. Come quickly, please. What is the matter, Matthew? If you're worried about the cat, we've brought her back safe and sound. Oh, well, but I will be very happy to hear that. But there's no time to worry about a cat. Just hurry upstairs, right this way. So, you're the famous Professor Layton, then. Name's Chemley. Inspector Chelney. I'm the inspector on this case.
Well, I can hardly call it a case. If this is about Claudia, we brought her back safe and sound. Oh, Claudia, my baby. Mama miss you so much.
Meow.
What's this cat doing here? Why on earth would you bring an animal into a crime scene? Have some sense. Have some sense. We were out when this crime took place, and we don't know what's going on. Could you please fill us in? There's been a murder, Professor. A man was killed here. What? Who was murdered? The victim was a resident of this address, one Simon Reinhold. Simon was... Approximately 2 hours ago, I received a report that a man had collapsed at Reinhold Manor. Upon arrival at the scene, it was apparent that Simon was already dead. And the cause of death? I'm currently conducting an investigation to look into it. I'll let you know right now, Mr. Layton, I'm looking at you as a potential suspect as well. The details concerning this investigation are classified. Speaking of the details, who placed the call to the authorities? Here he is, Clog. You deaf? Did I just tell you those details are classified? Alright, everyone, I'll be taking statements from each of you in the other room. Come in one by one. Under circumstances, are you to leave until I talk to everyone? Huh. How did Chalmy get here if the drawbridge was up? Unless there's a police station in town. Well, at least we have a solid alibi. We were outside. Matthew, did you notice any strange characters around the manor at the time of the incident? Not a soul, I'm afraid. I didn't even know about Master Simon until Shelby showed up. And where's Simon's body now? I didn't see this, but I was told that the inspector carried the body out shortly after arriving. I see. Well, it looks like we have a moment without a lead. The moment we are without a lead on this case. Oh, but you know, I found this in the room where Master Simon's body was discovered. It looks like a cog. I'm sorry to say I have no idea. A cog so small that one could search the room and miss it. It has an engraving. Well, that must be Itsy Bitsy. A small cog? I imagine I know a puzzle about an object that fits the description. What? Are you joking? A puzzle at the time like this? Where the backed up be when you flip the shape over? Okay. So the dot is over here. Because if you flip it, it'll be there. So if the dot is over there, if you flip it, it'll be there.
Luke, here's my answer. Another puzzle solved.
Bam. My apologies, but I'm afraid I don't know anything that could aid your investigation. Not at all. This small gear is more than enough for us to go on. But I do wonder why you're giving this to us. I believe you're a good man, Professor. I'm confident that you'll put the whole of this puzzle together. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Matthew. Thank you. Imagine a murder in this very house. Brings a chill to my spine, it does. You're a detective, are you not? Do hurry and find the monster that did this. Very good, sir. My good sir, I'm no detective, but I agree that your concerns are certainly warranted. No one is safe until that criminal is behind bars. My sentiments? Exactly. I just don't understand it. Simon could be snide, but he was not type to be hated. The criminal was after my brother's fortune. I could very well be the friend's next target.
You have a point. If you know the motive to stealing the Reinhold fortune, there are a few potential suspects. Good gracious, you don't think I'd do something like this now? Simon and I got along very well. You know, he wasn't very close with the Augustus, though. You know, all this talk of families and gunwood puzzles, a puzzle I once heard. No seating above or below. And 3 and 5 can also not be next to each other. Okay. Let's put 3 and 5 there, the way it works. Put 6 there. Let's see. Put there, 2 there and 4 there. 1, 2. 2. 1 and 3. No, 3. 2 and 4. No. 4. 3 and 5. 5. 4 and 6. 6. 5. Okay.
There we go. Another puzzle solved.
And inversion is also correct. Ah, yes. Thank you for clearing that up. Of course, I understand your position. Alright, tell me. Is this everyone who is present at the site of the crime? I believe we're missing Ramon, sir. Raymond? Where is he, and what on earth is he doing? Matthew, fetch Ramon at once. To be honest, ma'am, I'm thinking on it. I have not seen Roman for a few hours now. What? Don't tell me he was taken as well. Now, hold on a minute. He's a suspect. Perhaps he fled the scene of the crime. What could he be at a time like this? Do the better got Ramon too? Hey, where did Dahlia go? I believe Madame has retired to the adjoining room to relax on her own. She's a strong woman, but it's only natural she'd need to rest after a terrible event like this. Very well then. Would you please let her know that I have something I'd like to talk to her about? But of course, Professor, please wait here. Lady Dahlia might act like an ice queen, but I guess even she was shaken by today's events. Luke, if you wish to ever become a true gentleman, you need to start showing a little more sensitivity. Oh, of course, Professor, I apologize. That was wrong of me. Madame will see you now. Just head back through that doorway to the left. Can do. Lady Dahlia, I have a steep suspicion this murder is connected to the mystery of the Golden Apple. What? It's too early to say for sure, but I think this is highly probable the two matters are linked. And you think that Ramon is somehow involved in all this? Potentially, yes. However, as of yet, we do not have enough information to draw any solid conclusions. I see. If that's the case, I have a request for you, Professor. Find Ramon and bring him back here to me. It sickens me to think I'm being considered a suspect of a brutal crime. Must prove my innocence at once. As you wish, Lady Dahlia. We'll ask around town to see what we can find. I appreciate your help, Professor. Well then, I'll be waiting good news in the parlor.
Huh. Look at this picture. What is it, Professor? Oh, it's Lady Dahlia. She's holding a baby. That baby must have been Baron Reinhold's daughter, then. Flora was her name, wasn't it? Gosh, what a cutie. Lady Dahlia hasn't changed much, has she? You know, Luke, they say true beauty never ages. I suppose so, Professor. But even so, it makes me wonder, maybe we can ask Lady Dahlia about it. Pardon me, but we happened upon an adorable picture of you and your daughter, Flora, a moment ago. I beg your pardon? The picture of you holding a baby, that one that sits in the next room? I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never had any children. Huh? My apologies, ma'am. I must have been mistaken. At any rate, time is of the essence here. Go find Ramon and bring him back. If that's not Lady Dahlia in the photograph, then who on earth could it be? I think we do well to ask the butler a few questions. Perhaps you can clear this up for us. By the way, Mr. Layton, I hear you're something of a puzzle connoisseur. This puzzle was popular in London when I left. Wonder if you can what it takes to solve it. 5 suspects are called into police station. 1 of us is lying, 2 of us lying, 3 of us is lying. 4 of us are lying, all 5 of us are dirty rotten liars. Okay, so it can't be E. I think it has to be D. Let's see. Yeah. If he's telling the truth, then it's just the one that works.
There we go. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yep. It's a pretty good one. Good logic. Find that golden apple. Matthew, do you have a moment? Certainly, sir. How can I help you? It's about the picture of Dahlia upstairs, the one holding a small child. Ah, yes, that old picture. That's not Lady Dahlia, I'm afraid. That's Baron Reinhold's former wife. But I certainly understand why you'd mistake one for the other. They're virtually identical in their appearance, their gesture, and even the way they moved. So that photo isn't of Lady Dahlia, but an earlier wife of the Baron. Wow, imagine finding someone who looks so much like you. What are the odds? There's a chance they're 2 relatives of one another. I've never heard of anything to suggest as much, sir. It just happened one day that Baron arrived home and at his side was Lady Dahlia. I'm sorry to say that that's all I really know about the matter. Not at all. You've been most helpful. Thank you, Matthew. Huh. How odd. The more I hear, the stranger the whole affair starts to sound. Yeah, that is pretty odd.
Claudia has Simon's glasses. Huh. Simon's glasses. What's the matter, Layton? Inspector, take a look at these. These glasses belong to Simon. We found them out in the garden. What the? They simply fell off the body when I was carrying it out of the village. Besides, carried out of the village? But the drawbridge is up. Shouldn't be searching for the Reinhold inheritance or whatever you're supposed to be doing? Of course, if you continue to interrupt my investigation, I have some ideas of what you can do. My sincerest apologies, Inspector. I don't like that Chelmy one bit. He reeks of smoke. He's so full of himself. And the way he treats you, Professor, it's too much. Leave my boy, pay it no mind. Right now, we have other priorities. Let's go around town to find Ramon. Huh? Look at you fretting away there. Whatever's the matter? Sorry to trouble you, but did you see Ramon around here today? He was here until just a while ago. No, I can't say I've seen him today. Which is strange, considering how often he sneaks off the job. But enough of that. I hear you're quite the ace of puzzles. Would you mind helping me out with a puzzle I've been mulling over? Oh, right now, we're sort of in the middle of something right now, but if you insist. Ah. One of these cannot be drawn in one line. Okay. Oh, that one's easy. Has to be this one by a process of elimination.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Mm-hmm. Don't wander about at night. Howdy, friend. Hey, you two, what are you up to? Let me in on a secret. I got it. Don't tell me. You're out searching for somebody, hitting the streets for info. Huh, I haven't seen your man. Are you sure you didn't see or hear anything that might help us? No, I got nothing for you. Quit asking about it. Sheesh. I see. Well, in any case, thank you for your time. Oh, good luck with your search. Two crazy kids on a crazy search, right? Definitely not go poking around the tower. How do you even get to that part of town? Remember that clock tower in the square? I believe we must pass through it to get to the north side. Let's go check it out. And of course we're gonna go poking around. We're our business. Ooh. Oh look, another candle, Luke. That reminds me, have you heard of this one? Ah. This is a classic. You light the match. That's a classic.
I think I've got it. Layton's apprentice saves the day.
love candy. You have 10 jars filled with 50 pieces of candy each. You then pour candy into small bags and attempt to get half a jar into each bag. Now you have 20 bags of candy. What's the likelihood that there's an average of 25 pieces in a single sack? What do you think? I'd say probably 100%. 50 times 10. I mean, if you're really trying to get half, yeah.
Well, here's my guess.
The odds of at least one of the bags containing exactly 25 is pretty likely. 'That's a clock tower. Quite right. Seems someone's standing at the entrance. Is it true what they're saying about a murder? A murder in our little village? Very thought gives me goosebumps. Great idea for a novel. Oh, excuse my insensitivity. Always on the lookout for new ideas. Looking for Roman. No, can't say I've seen him today. Stay away from the tower. Everybody keeps saying that. It is rather ominous looking. Oh, there's a puzzle embedded in the door. That's pretty delightful. I agree. Get the ball out. Ah, it's a sliding puzzle. Okay. 12 moves.
Well, here's my guess. Professor, I've solved it.
I love sliding riddles. Very nice. The door should open up right now.
Investigating Saint Bashir. Feel free to continue, but stay away from that tower. Place brings misfortune upon the village, and I strongly advise you keep your distance.
Oh. I should talk to people. Most 7 uniquely shaped bunches with a value of 100. Okay. I guess we just start brute forcing this. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, it could also go like that. Square, doodad, 3, 6, 9, 10. 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's unique.
There we go.
Ah. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, let's see.
20 moves.
Well, here's my guess. Professor, I've solved it.
14. Woof. And that takes care of that puzzle. Oh, the drawbridge is back up. The bridge appears to be the only way in and out of St. Mystere, so we are confined to the town. Oh my, and to make matters worse, it seems no one can find the crank to lower the bridge. Well then, my boy, all we can do is wait. Let us attend to our business in the village. Ah, what was that? I just had it. Please stop with that awful racket. What's the matter, sir? Bugling, sir. I'm a young man. But never mind that, I'm furious. That horrible noise. Couldn't sleep at all tonight. Usually the tower made noise every once in a while, but recently it's been roaring non-stop. How am I supposed to sleep? Hear me? You big jerk of a tower, how am I supposed to sleep? Please calm yourself, sir. You have no idea what the source of the deafening din is? You know, now that you mention it, I don't have the clue, slightest clue. I heard it's the roar of a huge monster that lives up in the tower, but who knows? So the noise is coming from the tower. Another puzzle from you. Pill prescription. A man is prescribed 10 pills, starting today he must take 1 pill a day. But because the concentration of the medicine, he takes one today of course, he has to take them in a specific order, and he needs to remember. How many does he need to mark? Well, he doesn't need to do the last one. And he doesn't need to do the first one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Takes one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty sure that that's it. Yeah, we're gonna go with 8.
Luke, here's my answer. Another puzzle solved.
Yep. You asked me to help you solve the puzzle, dude. There's a hidden puzzle here. A jokerless deck of 52 cards sits on the table. The cards are shuffled thoroughly and divided into stacks labeled A and B. You divide the cards as prescribed above, and check the contents of each pile. How many times could you expect the number of red cards in one pile to match them? Oh, 100% of the time. $1,000 times.
Yep. Because, yeah, it's a reciprocal. Gotta keep checking with all these people. Do you have another one, Polly? Nope. What about you, girl?
Hee, that guy gets so worked out.
Nope. What about you?
What you doing? What you doing? Here's a puzzle. Brother and sister. The boy and his big sister are sitting around this table chatting. You notice, if I took away 2 years from my age and gave them to you, you'd be twice my age. Okay. Let's see if they're both 4. They're making 6, and you 2. See if they're both 6. If they're both 6, get 2 there, 2 there, so it'd be 8, and 4. Okay, that works, and do it again, you have 9 and 3. They're the same age, and they're each 6. Age riddles
There we
only really
go.
work when the ages are very close to each other.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
That's how you have number fun. He may look sedate, but boy does he like the nightlife. Jarvis. Jarvis is gainfully employed. Lazing around in the north. Go to the right. Okay. Hello? Was this? Yes, just as I suspected. I can tell from here you are something you want to ask me, no? You cannot hide it. I will tell you if you solve my riddle. Island hopping. You want to go to every single island once. Dooba dooba.
You're welcome, buddy. Do you have another one? Oh, I think he does. Camera case. While walking through a market on vacation, you notice a small stand selling cameras. A camera and case set is selling for $310. The seller tells you that the camera costs $300 more than the case itself, and that the case costs the price of the set minus the cost of the camera. Interesting. That's interesting wording. You decide you'd rather wait on buying a camera and opt to just buy the case alone. You hand the seller a $100 bill and see his eyes light up. Think fast now, as you don't want to be swindled. How much change should you be getting back? Huh. Let's think. The camera costs $300 more than the case itself. But this doesn't mean, and the set is $310. This does not mean that the case is $10. Because if the case was $10 and the camera was $300 more than the case, then that would mean that the camera is $310, which means there's a missing $20 there. Now, let's say that the case is free. Well, 300 plus 0 is 300, meaning we're missing $10. So it has to be somewhere in the middle. Let's say that the case is $5. 300 more than $5 is $305. 305 plus 5 is 310. So the case is $5. So you should be if you have a $100 bill, you should be getting $95 change. That's a pretty good swindle, though. I'll have to use that on my players.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Good thinking. That merchant had an awfully misleading way of explaining things, didn't he? Make sure you don't get duped by some swindler the next time you're out shopping. The nerve of that sneak, and to think I was getting the deal of the century. I'm sure it sure makes some fellows sad to think that people can be so dishonest. You have another one. What does this world come to? It's a poem. Looking at the mysterious disappearances around the village, are you? Well, let me give you my take on the situation. Well, is something the matter? Ah, yes, now I remember. Is for rumors you are to take a tip from a fellow detective and go ask Crouton. He owns the restaurant in town. Oh, you're just sending me on a wild goose chase, aren't you? Yep, I've been to the restaurant before. He's saying I should check all other places first, though. Ah, there we go. He has a puzzle. Ah, I literally just explained this one at the beginning of the stream. The distance 3 racehorses can run around the track in 1 minute listed below. Horse A is 2 laps, horse B is 3 laps, horse C is 4 laps. The horses line up at the starting line and run in the same direction. How many minutes will pass before all 3 horses line up again? Well, 1 minute.
There we go.
They just run those laps in 1 minute.
Solved.
Yep. Yep,
pretty stoked with puzzles. Do you have another one? Hey, mister, I've got another puzzle for you. If you solve it, I'll give you a secret. 3 umbrellas. 3 identical-looking umbrellas are standing upright on a stand. Assuming the owners don't check their umbrellas' labels, what's the odds that only 2 people will walk off with their own umbrella? That's impossible, because if 2 people walk off their umbrellas, the third one's for free. Ramon, he hasn't been around today. Looks like we've hit another dead end. Too bad you couldn't find him. He usually skips out of work and comes here to gossip and have coffee. And you know, speaking of gossip, I've heard some weird rumors of my customers lately. There's been talk of a strange old man running around kidnapping people. A kidnapper? Who is this old man? I heard all of this second-hand, so you got me there. You need to find a better source of village gossip. You might want to try your luck at the cafe. Usually you hear rumors straight from the source there. It's almost sunset now, so the cafe should be opening up for dinner. A mysterious old man kidnapping village folk. Now that's a rumor. Professor, it's getting dark out. I'm afraid that's my cue to start closing up shop. Come by tomorrow if you get hungry. Luke, let's take a moment to sum up our findings. We have a strange roaring tower, disappearing villagers, and an old elderly kidnapper. It's also bizarre. I can't even make any sense of it all, Professor. I think we finally got some clues on our hands, my boy. Observing the nightlife in this village might tell us more of what we need to know. Great idea, Professor. We're on to chapter 4. Alas, this is where we're going to have to be wrapping up, at least for now. So as it's dinner time for me, so I'm going to be wrapping up here, and we'll be continuing more of Professor Layton and the Curious Village next time. I hope you guys have had a super duper awesome time. And we will see you on our next stream, which will hopefully be pretty soon. Our last bit of wrapping up the stream will be us checking these gizmos. Looks like a dog. Alright. This is where we save. Alright, take care everyone. I've been Rem and this is the REM Cycle, and we will hopefully see you guys next time for more puzzles.